everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day, great night. My name is Brianna and today I'm going to be talking about how to be safe on online dating. Now I've done plenty of online dating and I've had a lot of great experience, meeting a lot of amazing people, but there are some watch outs, especially like if you're doing this and like there's been so much bad aura around online dating and it is something you need to be careful for, but it can also be fun and safe if you're doing the right way. So I want to just talk about some little things you can do, some things to make it safer and easier and all that in this video. So let's get into it. Alright, so number one is to not reveal any personal information. It's very important. You're not exactly sure who the person is. You see pictures. And yes, for the most part, it's going to be the person that you see. Well, it depends on what dating site you're using. From my experience, everyone's been the same, but there's always those cases where they're not. So, what I recommend is, well, this is safety for anything. It's like, don't give out any personal information online. Like, you're trying to get to know someone so you can be like, oh, this is my favorite thing, this is that. But like, by personal, like, I mean direct, so like, don't give them your location. If you're meeting them on Snapchat, like if you're on Snapchat, make sure they don't have your location on there. Just try to keep things so you're safe, and so they can track you down, like especially like don't give out social security number or birth or like credit card. Like, don't for any excuse until you actually know someone. Well, you should never give out social, a lot of this stuff, whatever. But just be very, very careful with giving up what you're personal, where you're at that moment even, or telling them exactly when you're gonna be somewhere, because you do not want to create a stalker. You want to be able to find out that stuff before they know the stuff, you know? Alright, tip number two is meeting them up in person. That is not having them pick you up, but meeting them at a place that's public, daylight as much as possible. Like winter it's really hard, but like at least there's lights and it's public and it's like a safe place. So that is like very, very important. I think just to make sure, double check, like at least for the first time you know who they are, you know like they're actually a legit person. I think it's just a safe overall bet for your very first date. Okay, tip number three is you want to have some way of like self-defense if things go bad. For the most part, like, I know these are sounding extreme. I've had really good experiences with online dating. I've had some like weird awkward one, never anything like super bad. But I always just say it's good to be careful. So taking self-defense courses, which is just great anyways because it's good for your health. It's just good to know for any situation, as well as pepper spray or even getting a handgun. It can still carry depending on what like the laws are with your state, but I think it's always a good thing to just kind of have on hand because you never know when it'll come handy. Hopefully you never have to use it or even have to reveal it at all, but it just kind of gives you like the safe heart of like, if something got bad, you have something on hand, you know? I'm gonna pause right here. Go make sure you're subscribed to this video, give it a thumbs up, and comment down below what other dating help you want to see. Another tip is to let those you're closest with know your R. So at least like one person, make sure that they know where you're going, they know the plan, as much as possible. They know what's going on, as well as on like sharing location. I like to do with like my mom, just so she's like aware, like if anything ever happens, she has my location tracked. Because it's always just safe if someone knows your location, knows what's going on, and then if they really don't hear from you, they have that. Or it's easier for text in a bad situation, just text real quick and say help, or maybe you have some kind of code word you can text or something like that, and then they already have your location and they can send the cops or whoever else to get some help. Alright, so another tip is to have know the plan before dates. That's something that I kind of go back and forth on, because I don't want to know like all the details of the date. Like, I like it to be kind of surprise and fun, but know as much as you can get out of the date so you at least know that location to tell someone where you're meeting up at, as well as it's nice to know how to dress. It's always a good thing. At least for me, I like to know that. I like to know how I should dress so I don't like overdress or underdress, because if you notice, my style is all over the place and I can dress for literally any situation. I do, but it's nice to know so I don't dress the wrong thing. Like that's one of my biggest like discomforts is like I'm overdressed or underdressed. One watch out sign is if the person keeps changing plans, or they aren't like telling you the plans. Now there are the situations where they're trying to surprise you. And that's why it's kind of hard to like tell. But if like they keep changing their plans over and over again, that's something where I kind of get a little weary, because why do they keep changing it? Like, it just seems like one, kind of unorganized, but also like it's like really confusing. So I keep that as like a watch out. Like, if the plans aren't very decisive, if they can't make it out, and some people are just very unorganized, and so if you're reading situation, you can kind of feel that, and like you just have to read that one off. But just be careful with that. And number one is always follow your gut. If you feel uncomfortable, you feel something's off for any reason, don't take that for granted. Listen to your gut feeling. If something just feels weird, don't feel bad for canceling a date. Now, there are definitely times when people cancel and they're just rude. Like, don't just plan dates and say, I'll just cancel later, or I'll just do this because, and I don't really know, and then I'll cancel. But like, be very in depth. And if you're gonna say no and cancel, like, be very polite. Don't just not show up, but tell them, say, hey, something came up, I can't go anymore, and let them know that way. But if you're feeling uncomfortable about anything, or something feels off, listen to that gut, because you never know what could happen, what's feeling off, and you can avoid a lot of the situations that could be happening. So I hope you guys liked this video, and hopefully it was helpful in some way. I really, online dating can be great. I've had a lot of good experience. I've met a lot of amazing people from it. But I know a lot of people are always nervous with situations or what can happen. So this was just a little informative thing, hopefully to help you feel a little more comfortable, and things you can watch out for. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day, great night. Bye, love you.